Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the June 17th regular school board meeting. I want to welcome everybody. We have a very full agenda today. So after we do our pledge, I'm going to let you know how we're going to move along in the agenda. So if everyone would just take a moment of silence. We'll now say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Falls, will you call the roll?
Dr. Moriarty?
Here.
Mrs. Roberts?
Present.
Mrs. Powers?
Here.
Mrs. Russell?
Here.
Mrs. Pritchett?
Here. Okay, I would like to ask for approval of the agenda with these noted items added. 7.11, addendum to personnel recommendations. Items updated. 3.20, 4.22, 7.01, 7.02, 7.09, and 7.10.
I move to approve the updated agenda.
Second.
Approval by Dr. Moriarty, second by Ms. Powers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'd ask for a motion for approval of the items of consent.
I move to approve the items of consent.
Second. Approval by Dr. Moriarty, second by Ms. Roberts. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are going to go out of order, and I'm going to let you know how we're going to do this. First, we're going to have retirement recognitions with Jeff Raymond. Then we're going to have principal and admin new hires by Superintendent Maine. 3 will be Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year with Megan Shirey. 4 will be the Marvin S. Cohn 39th Annual High School Juried Art. 5 will be the One Room Schoolhouse in New Monrovia. And 6 will be Environmental Studies Council donation to the Martin County School Board. I would like to now call Mr. Raymond to the podium for the retirement announcements. Thank you. Sorry about that.
All right, try that again. So once again, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Maine, and all in attendance today. Tonight, I absolutely appreciate the fact that the group who has given us all of their time, some spanning up to 41 years, the opportunity to go first today, as I know they have loved ones and family members and former teammates here to celebrate outstanding careers. So there will be 10 teammates who certainly took Mr. Maine's theme to heart in terms of igniting excellence throughout their career. So we will begin in the maintenance department, where we will meet a gentleman who gave 34 years of service as a painter. His supervisor, Brian DeRusso, will be here to share a little bit about Kenneth Brown.
Good afternoon, Board Chair Pritchett, board members, Superintendent Maine. I am Brian DeRusso, Director of Maintenance. Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone in the life of an extraordinary individual, Ken Brown. After 34 years of dedicated service in our paint department, Ken is embarking on a well-deserved retirement. Ken has been more than just a painter. He has been an artist who transforms our offices and sports fields into vibrant spaces of inspired and uplifting. His skill and attention to detail have not only enhanced our facilities, but have also contributed to the pride we feel in our work environment. One of Ken's most significant contributions has been the implementation of the painting robot, a true innovation that ensures our athletic fields look their best before every game, from football to lacrosse. This innovative has set a new standard in our department and will serve as a lasting legacy of his forward-thinking approach. Beyond his technical skills, Ken is known and loved by all who have had pleasure of working with him. His warmth, humor, and camaraderie will be profoundly missed in our department. As you step into the exciting new chapter, Ken, know that you will leave behind not just colleagues, but you will leave behind family who cherish the memories we've created together. While we will miss you dearly, we wish you all the happiness in the world as you explore new adventures in your retirement. Congratulations, Ken. You won.
Did you want to say any words?
No, I'm
No.
good.
All right, congratulations. Did we want to do individual pictures or a group at the end, or one group? Okay, so we will bring Ken back up in just a moment, or two. Thank you, Brian. Next up, we move to the land of the Martin County High School Tigers. You are about to meet an extraordinary teammate who gave 26 years to the Martin County School District, their ESE staffing specialist, Elizabeth Correcchia, who will be presented by Assistant Principal Janice Sizek.
Good afternoon, Madam Chairperson, Superintendent Main, and the board. Thank you for allowing us to recognize two amazing colleagues from Martin County High School, and the first is Lisa Correcchia. So she has been just a lifeblood in Martin County High School and in our school district. Prior to 1999, she was subbing throughout the school district, but in 1999, they grabbed her heart and she started teaching first graders. And such a sweet story is that she did it for 12 years, and her partner that she ended at Martin County High School with, her child was one of her first students that she ever had, and she has notes and cards and beautiful things from that time period. She taught first grade for 12 years. She earned her master's degree in educational leadership at FAU and was promoted to third grade. So to get to third grade, you just need a master's degree. And then in 2014, she was encouraged to pursue leadership. And so she became an IPS coach, an intervention problem-solving coach, and she switched over to Seawind Elementary School. And then in 2019, we were blessed to have her join the Tiger Country. And so with the class of 2025, she is graduating to retirement and to all the benefits to that. But you have blessed so many children over the years, and we just love you, and we are going to miss you very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you want to say anything?
No.
Okay. All right, congratulations. Thank you. The next gentleman that I'll call to the podium should know that people wait years to try to get a job at the Environmental Study Center. When Mr. Carr announced his resignation, Principal Gaynor's inbox probably exploded. I know she's deeply going to miss this gentleman, and I will let Principal Gaynor tell you the story about a 36-year career of Charles Carr from the Environmental Study Center.
Come on up here. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Superintendent Main, and distinguished board members. I'm Valerie Gaynor, the Environmental Study Center Coordinator, and it's a great honor to speak today about a man whose legacy at the Environmental Study Center spans for over 3 decades, Mr. Charlie Carr. For 18 years, Charlie has been the cornerstone of the Environmental Study Center, a true force of nature whose passion for environmental education has shaped the lives of thousands of students. His teaching style is like no other, from puffing up puffers to making sea cucumbers squirt all over across the wet lab. Charlie could turn an ordinary moment into an unforgettable science lesson, and science is important. I had to get that in there. The squeals of laughter from the wet lab can be heard from miles away, and that's just the adults that are coming to be the supervisors. Charlie's energy is contagious. His ability to turn curiosity into wonder sparks a lifelong appreciation to the natural world of young hearts. Whether he's guiding students through the mangrove mamba or letting a student hold a sea urchin for the first time, he's showing them how our ecosystems all connect. And Charlie's made an environmental science real and meaningful for each and every student that he's come across. He's planted seeds of stewardship, and students that have left his care are smarter, more aware, more compassionate, and connected to the world around them. He's not only an icon at the ESC, he's a Martin County original, the baby of 13 cars that grew up, raised, and his family's deeply rooted in this community. He went from being a Martin County student to a proud University of Florida Gator, then returning home for his career, 5 years at J.D. Parker, 13 at Fowey, and then he found his true home at the Environmental Study Center. His connections run deep, from fellow educators like Mrs. Green joyfully calling out, "Mr. Ka!" With her Boston accent, to family and community members who've come to know and love his humor, his wisdom, his trademark outfits that only you could pull off. Charlie, your one-liners, your dedication, and your wildly creative teaching style will truly be missed, but even your more lasting impact for the generations, oh goodness, sorry, Martin County students will cherish and protect our environment. I got this. Okay, because of you, there are kids out there who will become scientists, conservationists, and lifelong learners. On behalf of the ESC and all our colleagues and the entire community, thank you. We will miss you. I tried real hard.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And you can see this is why we have the supervisors tell the story, because it is that heartfelt that the guy from HR could never depict as well, and as heartfelt. But next up is another amazing educator. 38 years, for those tuning in online that didn't hear that correctly, 38 years. William Carroll from Murray Middle School. Tiffany Roth, principal, will tell you his story.
Good evening, Superintendent Main, Madam Chair, and members of the board. That is an absolutely tough act to follow from Ms. Val Gaynor, but nevertheless, he deserves the same. So Coach Carroll, overall 38 years in Martin County School District, which is something to be celebrated. When we factor in his coaching and all of the other things that he's engaged in, he hits that 40 years. Of the 38, 33 have been at Murray Middle School, and he is notably one of the icons or legends that have been around campus. He recently most told us that he knew that it was finally time to retire when he started to see grandchildren of the families that he served in that community come through. He has been a consistent face for many years around campus with the students and the parents, and my own husband had him as a PE teacher when he went to school there. He has had the opportunity to see the students that come back and then serve and work in a different capacity in Martin County School District, which is something to be said as well. So we thank him for his time, his dedication, and I know that he is looking forward to all of his new adventures, and we are excited, but he is leaving a hole there at the Murray Middle School. So thank you, Coach Carroll.
Thank you, Coach Carroll. Congratulations. Thank you. Next up, we will transition to the Vikings of Jensen Beach Elementary School. A teammate of 35 years, Mary Conrad, has served Jensen Beach Elementary. You'll get to hear her story by Assistant Principal Jamie Law.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Superintendent Main, and board members. I'm Jamie Law, Assistant Principal at Jensen Beach Elementary, and today I have the distinct privilege of introducing someone whose life and career have beautifully interwoven within the story of Jensen Beach Elementary, Mrs. Marianne Conrad. She is joined today here by her husband, Sherman, her daughter, Kristen, her daughter, Kayla, sends her love from her travels, and of course, we honor the memory of Kyle, who is always in our hearts. A couple of her grandchildren, Owen and Haley, are here as well. And I like to joke that Mary Ann came with the school because, as many of you know, her journey with Jensen Beach Elementary started as a third grade student opening the original campus. She then, years later, returned to what we now affectionately refer to as the old building. And not as a student this time, but as a third grade teacher. And now, after 35 years of inspiring, teaching, and leading, she is retiring from that same role, coming full circle in the most remarkable way. Throughout her career, she's wore many hats: cheerleading coach, writing teacher, and a key part of the Project Child program, an innovative, state-of-the-art looping and center station-based where she taught across multiple grade levels. Her traditions of her classroom have become JBE traditions. Ooh. From your wiggling your boogie knees at the end of the year and our Thanksgiving program, complete with student-made muffins for their families. She has made learning joyful, memorable, and meaningful. She's also shared her talents over the years at Warfield Elementary, Hopestown Elementary, and Jensen Beach Community Church, leaving a lasting legacy across many schools in our district. Though she is retiring, I've made it clear, anytime we have to cut a cake, she's coming back. No one cuts and serves the cake like Mary Ann. Thank you for 35 years of heart, laughter, tradition, and unwavering dedication. You've shaped lives, lifted spirits, and left an indelible mark on all of us. We look forward to you serving in your new role as grandma, and you have fully embodied what we mean by once a Viking, always a Viking.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Next up is our teammate who has the most number of years tonight being recognized, which is 41 years from Martin County High School, Rebecca Herring, where her story will be told by, once again, Assistant Principal Janice Zizek.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board, and Superintendent Main. It is my honor and privilege to recognize Rebecca Herring for 41 years of serving our kids. And it served their kids and their kids and their kids because she taught home economics. She was one of the first teachers to get those live baby dolls that you bring home and you have to keep them alive. We still have them in the district. And she kept them alive. She kept all the batteries in, and it's been quite a journey. So she started with us in 1984, and she was at South Fork High School for 12 years teaching home economics, which was sewing and family living. In 1996, she moved to Martin County High School and continued that journey. And for a few years, when Jensen Beach High School opened, she would go up there, teach family and consumer science, which is what home ec is now, and she would teach that up there and then hurry back to Martin County High School so that she could teach the kids there. So she's been a part of all three of our comprehensive high schools. So I know that she really wears the Tiger badge proudest because she's been with us the longest. And as she continued, she grew in her own education, and she became our intensive reading teacher at Martin County High School for the last 17 years. I cannot count how many graduates would not have made it across the stage had Miss Herring not been a part of their life. And one of her passions is sewing, and she is the most phenomenal sewer, and that's what she's going to do. She's going to spend time with her grandbaby, and she's going to be sewing, and I can't wait to see the quilt that she's going to make, but it will not be as phenomenal as the quilt of the children's lives that she has touched over the years. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve alongside of you, and we wish you nothing but the best in your continued journey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Congratulations. Next up, we move to Pinewood Elementary for a teammate who has served many schools in the Martin County School District, over a span of 40 years. Her principal could not be here today, but there's no way that we could let this event go without hearing from her principal and having someone tell her story. So I do invite Ms. Patty Morris to stand by me at the podium. Oh, yeah. And Assistant Principal Porter is going to have a couple words, and then we will go to the video.
Thank you.
Surprise.
Good afternoon. Yes, surprise. I have had the pleasure of working with Patty for the last 2 years. Her passion, dedication, and unwavering love for our students is evident in everything she does, as you can tell by the many people here supporting her today, many of our students. Patty has served at the high school, middle school, and elementary levels and coached many sports, including soccer, cheerleading, and track. She was just telling me she has worked with every single other person that has been up at this podium this evening. Many people know her as the famous elf on a shelf. This last year, we have been able to celebrate Patty's retirement era, and words cannot possibly express how much her positive presence will be missed. And I know Ms. Deutsch left a video for us to
Yes, I
share.
think if we just look to the sound booth, it somehow comes on. There we go. Oh, well, I did it, so it's happening. That was my job, just look there.
Sure, she's gonna love that.
Good afternoon, Superintendent Main and esteemed school board members. Today, we gather not just to celebrate a milestone, but to honor a legacy. 40 years of unwavering service, dedication, and heart. Our beloved Patty is retiring, and while we're sad to see her go, we are filled with immense gratitude for the mark she has left on our school and community. For 4 decades, she has been the very definition of commitment, arriving early, staying late, always showing up for our students, our staff, and our families. Patty's love for education has always been about people. It is about seeing every student's potential, even when they couldn't yet see it in themselves. Patty's compassion has been a guiding light, especially in challenging times. Whether it was a student in need of encouragement, a teacher needing support, or a parent needing reassurance, she was there, with a kind word, a listening ear, and a heart full of empathy. Patty, you have not only built a career, but a community. You've touched countless lives and inspired us all to lead with love, patience, and purpose. Though you may be retiring, your impact will live on in the halls of Deep Pinewood, the hearts and the futures you've helped shape. Thank you for everything. We wish you all the joy and rest you so richly deserve. Congratulations.
He pushed me back. You know I'm shy and I don't like this kind of stuff. But I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. I came here in 1985 at age 22, and the Martin County school system basically raised me. It's been an amazing journey. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. The people that I've met on this journey, the students that I've met, I've been to weddings, baby showers, and I hope it continues. I'm waiting to be somebody's flower girl. I'm sure that's going to happen soon someday. But just thank you for letting me be a part of Martin County schools, and thank you for letting me be the crazy nut that I am, and just accepting me for who I am and letting me go and never questioning anything I wanted to do. I love this county, and this isn't goodbye, because you know I'll be back. So thank you.
And for those who may not have seen recently, I think it was last week, one of the local news stations did a great package on the legacy of Patty Morris. So we move on to the land of the Sharks. For a teammate who's given 31 years to the Martin County School District, her principal, Mr. Chris Forte, will tell us all about the amazing Elizabeth Nasser.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, School Board, and Superintendent Maine. My name is Chris Forte, the very proud principal of Hidden Oaks Middle School, and I have the very pleasure of talking today about Miss Elizabeth Nasser. After 31 remarkable years of dedicated service in the Martin County School District, we celebrate the retirement of a truly exceptional educator, Ms. Nasser. Only knowing her for 1 year at Hidden Oaks Middle School, you can tell her journey has been one of unwavering commitment, boundless positivity, and a deep love for teaching and community. At Hidden Oaks Middle School, Ms. Nasser has been more than just a teacher. She's been a cornerstone of our school family. From the moment she steps foot onto campus every single day, her radiant energy and can-do attitude uplifts the students, staff, and the entire community. Her classroom has always been a place of inspiration, learning, growth, where students feel seen, heard, and empowered. Ms. Nasser's colleagues have described her as a problem solver, a team player, and somebody who consistently goes above and beyond. Whether she was volunteering for school initiatives, bringing in guest speakers to enrich students' experiences, or stepping in to help wherever needed, she did it all with grace and enthusiasm. Her willingness to do whatever was best for the school has left a lasting legacy at Hidden Oaks Middle School. As she embarks on this new chapter, we extend our deepest gratitude for her years of passion and dedication. Ms. Nasser, you will truly be missed at Hidden Oaks Middle School, but you have left a legacy that will last forever.
Next up, from Jensen Beach High School, an exceptional educator for over 30 years in the Martin County School District. To tell her story, Principal Lori Vogel will introduce you to Shelley Ponte.
Sorry, I'm a little short. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the school board, Superintendent Maine. It is my honor tonight to introduce to you or tell the story of Mrs. Ponte. She was hired by the Martin County School District in 1984 as a first grade teacher at Warfield Elementary. She enjoyed her time there and then transferred to Palm City Elementary, where she continued to teach first grade until 2018. Ms. Ponte then transferred to Anderson Middle School, where she worked as a varying exceptionalities and reading teacher. In 2025, we were lucky enough to get Mrs. Ponte to come to Jensen Beach High School to teach in our full-time ESE unit. She has been an amazing member of our Falcon family and served our children in that unit like none other. So we will definitely miss her next year. We hope that she'll come visit often. And as always, we hope that she soars in retirement and enjoys every minute of her time away from us. But don't stay gone too long.
Congratulations.
Small around here. Got it.
Our final teammate, who's going to head on to future endeavors, spent 34 years in the Martin County School District, currently as an extended day manager at Crystal Lake Elementary School. Her principal could not be here today, but I would like to ask Cynthia Reynolds, who's already up here, we're going to cue the booth, and you're going to get to hear a message from Brenda Watkins.
Congratulations, Cindy. I'm sorry I can't be there to celebrate and be with you, but I am welcome that I had the opportunity to share in your retirement recognition. I met Cindy 13 years ago. She was the extended day manager, and I was the new principal at Crystal Lake Elementary. During the years that followed, Cindy and I worked very closely together for the better of the extended day program at CLE. Having been at multiple schools myself, and a parent of children who attended and also worked at Extended Day, I felt I could relate on how the program has grown and ways that we can accommodate our students of all types, including students with disabilities. Cindy and I communicated daily, sharing ideas, behavior plans, strategies, and possible resources, especially during the pandemic when we all needed to work together to provide after-school care for our parents who were going back to work. Cindy would research ways to help working families who could not afford childcare, as well as providing additional academic resources to struggling students. I'm going to miss you, Cindy. I am so happy that you're at this point in your life, and please don't be a stranger.
In a moment, we'll ask all of our retirees to come up for a group photo, but to the board, I thank you for keeping this tradition alive. As educators, you don't always get to hear these words of the impact that you make on a community, on teammates, on children and families. So for our 10 who got to hear it tonight, I'm grateful that this tradition lives on. And for those who are still out there working, young in your career, like these are the moments. I heard the words legend, icon, legacy. Thank you for all that you do. And to our retirees, we wish you the best of luck in your next chapter. So a group photo at this time, if that would be appropriate, we'll just come up to the front.
And then if
and I
the-
guess bring your plaques.
Yes, all the retirees should come up, and then if they want to get a picture with their families,
Yeah.
they might be able to go over into the corner or out in the lobby so they can get their families
Awesome.
and them as well.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair. Some people choose not to. Oh, she might not.
Hold it up. Come on, lady.
Be a good one, though.
It's too late for it now because they're retired, so.
That's why we ask.
Congratulations again to all the retirees and their families. Enjoy the next steps in your life. Now I'd like to ask Superintendent Main if he would take the floor and announce our new hires for the district.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I do have several administrators that I am recommending to the board for approval tonight. First on the list is Principal Elizabeth Atkinson, being recommended as the new principal of Bessie Creek Elementary School. Ms. Atkinson brings more than 18 years of experience in education to her new role, most recently serving as the assistant principal at Palm City Elementary. She holds a bachelor's degree in elementary education from Florida State University, a master's in reading education from the University of Georgia, and Ms. Atkinson also holds a master's degree in educational leadership from the University of West Florida, with endorsements in reading, ESOL, and youth mental health. We are extremely excited to have you join our administrative ranks as a principal and to have you at Bessie. So, Principal Atkinson, if you please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. And she is joined this evening by her husband and I think her little guys that I see sitting back there. You can wave. So thank you for being here for mom and for spouse. We know it's not easy to give of the time, sacrifice the time that they're with us. So we appreciate that. And next up on the list is Mr. David Schaefer being recommended as the new principal of Port Salerno Elementary School. Is David in the audience here? He's in the back there. There we go. A trusted leader in school community, he has served as the assistant principal since 2017, playing a key role in raising the school's grade from a D to a B in just 2 instructional years. Mr. Schaefer holds a bachelor's degree and a master's degree from the University of North Florida and is certified in educational leadership, elementary education, and has principal leadership at all levels. He holds endorsements in reading and ESOL and was honored as the district's assistant principal of the year for 24-25. Congratulations, David. We know you are going to do a wonderful job. Next on the list is Miss Mercedes Thurston. Miss Mercedes, I saw her here. There we go. Mercedes is being recommended as the administrator of Spectrum Academy with nearly 25 years of experience. She served as the Dean of Students at Spectrum and previously held multiple roles at South Fork High School, including Dean, Literacy Coach, and English and Reading Teacher. Ms. Thurston holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Stetson University, a master's degree in educational leadership from Florida Atlantic University, and she is known for her student-centered leadership, community partnerships, and dedication to academic and behavioral growth. And I think one of the things that I am most excited about, as well as the team, is you put students first at the heart of every decision that you make, and you always have a smile on your face. So we are extremely excited to have you leading the helm at Spectrum. Yeah, thank you. Next is Ms. Stephanie DeVoe, being recommended as the new assistant principal of Hobe Sound Elementary. Congratulations. A dedicated member of the Hobe Sound community for more than 15 years, Ms. DeVoe has served in roles such as science coach, STEM coordinator, and 5th grade lead teacher. Her instructional leadership helped the school achieve the top science proficiency rating amongst all Title I schools last year. Known for her energy, innovation, and strong ties to the community, Ms. DeVoe brings a deep commitment to student success and engagement throughout her in your new role. So congratulations, thank you, and I know that Principal Elliott is extremely excited to have you by her side. And Ms. Deborah Riley being recommended as our new Director of Student Services. I believe I saw, there we are, Ms. Riley, congratulations. Not new to the district, with 29 years of experience in public education, she has served in multiple roles as an ESE instructional coach, principal, assistant principal, reading coach, and teacher. Ms. Riley holds a master's degree in educational leadership from Grand Canyon University, along with a bachelor's degree in elementary and special education from Florida Southern College. She is certified in school administration, elementary education, holds endorsements in reading and ESOL, and her strong instructional background and deep commitment to student support make her an ideal fit for the impact that she will have on district leadership throughout. And I will say, since you have been with us at the district office in your role as instructional coach over ESE, you have supported and helped multiple principals and assistant principals throughout the district to make sure that we are moving the needle with students with disabilities. So we're honored to have you in this role. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Miss Angela Gilbride being recommended as the new principal for pre-K programs. She's there. Wave, Angie. With over 20 years of experience in Title I schools, she served as a kindergarten and 3rd grade teacher, literacy coach, and most recently as the longtime assistant principal at Warfield Elementary. Ms. Gilbride holds an educational specialist degree in ed leadership, a master's degree in reading and literacy from Walden University, along with a bachelor's degree in early childhood education from the University of Central Florida. A certified class pre-K observer and former Florida Assistant Principal of the Year finalist, she brings a strong commitment to early learning and family engagement, and we know that you will bring the energy that is much deserved in the world of early literacy and early learning. So congratulations. Thank you.
We want to thank you all for joining us and saying yes. We will now move on to Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year. I would like to call up Megan Shirey from the Boys and Girls Club.
Good afternoon. I am Megan Shirey, the Director of Marketing and External Affairs for your Boys and Girls Club in Martin County. The Boys and Girls Club of Martin County's annual Youth of the Year event recognizes the incredible achievements of some of its most distinct and inspiring members. Youth of the Year candidates are celebrated for their academic discipline, spirit of good citizenship, record of volunteerism, commitment to healthy choices and avoiding vaping, drugs, and other dangerous patterns, exhibiting leadership and support to their peers, and pursuing education, training, and career paths that will contribute to a better world. We are thankful for the nearly 1,000 children at the 5 clubs that we serve daily and the more than 7,000 children impacted annually through our programs. We are proud of the youth's efforts and celebrate their achievements. It should be noted, to earn the mere consideration for Youth of the Year, the candidates must make extraordinary efforts consistently, comprehensively, and with an unquestionably clear commitment to excellence. Local winners advanced to compete in regional and state levels of the program, where our Youth of the Year placed 4th in the state of Florida, in the top 4 in the state of Florida. I am proud to introduce to you Mildred Castillo.
Hello, my name is Mildred Castillo, and I'm here to share my story with you guys. Throughout my time on this earth, I learned the further you travel down the road of life, the richer your journey becomes, with wisdom, strength, and growth. One of the biggest challenges I encountered in my life was when my dad tragically passed away after getting deported. It was a very hard time for my family. My mom had to support my 2 brothers and I playing both parental roles. Despite the hardships, she always stayed strong for us, pushing forward with that bright smile on her face. Although, when she made the big decision to move from Jupiter to Hope Sound, I was devastated. It felt as if we were finally figuring things out, and now we're leaving our home. But this is where the Boys and Girls Club became my second home. I've been going to my club since 5th grade, and let me tell you, it changed, but for the better. My club environment changes lives, gives people a new beginning, and a helping hand when needed. Hi, my name is Mildred Castillo, and this is the story of how my club inspired me to be great. As I mentioned previously, my club really is a special place. They always choose the right people to work there. They're also kind and people you can always go to. I remember not long ago, I was a shy person. I never talk. I just go to the club, sit on my phone, and that's it. I was always afraid of what people may think of me, whether it was how I looked or how I dressed, so I found it easier to stay in my own bubble. However, the staff would motivate me to participate in fun, engaging activities, to find myself, make new friends. Even though I didn't make it easy for them, they never gave up on me. Some say that the Boys and Girls Club is just a place where kids go while their parents work, but it's much more than that. My club provides opportunities that go beyond a simple daycare. For instance, my mom is a single mother raising 3 kids, so money was tight. I feared not going to college and didn't want to put that burden on my mother. However, in 6th grade, I earned my very first scholarship through my club, covering 4 years of college. This meant the world to me and my family. I thank the club for making me realize my true potential. Great futures start here is a phrase I've often heard throughout my club. I am living proof that the Boys and Girls Club wants to ensure this happens. At 14, my club provided me with my very first work experience at the Boys and Girls Club culinary team. I joined over a year ago, and let me tell you, it has been the greatest experience yet. I met new people, gained new skills, all while earning a paycheck, which means I can go on more shopping days. But it also means I can help my mom financially in ways I couldn't have before. There are so many different paths I could have taken. Some may be better than others, but some could have been a real catastrophe for me. But the path I chose, the path that led me to the Boys and Girls Club, has placed me down a brighter path, towards my dreams and aspirations. I know if I ever get knocked down, I can count on my club to pick me right back up. It's a place that saved me, my second home, my Boys and Girls Club. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to get a picture? next presentation is the Marvin S. Cohn 39th Annual High School Juried Art. Unfortunately, Nancy Turrell could not be here today, but in her place is Susie Hutchison, whose granddaughter was one of the participating students whose work was selected by Superintendent Main for the award. Thank you, Susie.
You just stole my whole story.
I apologize, that's what she told me to say.
I know. I know, it's okay.
Say it again.
Okay, I will, don't worry. Well, good afternoon, Madam Chair, school board members, Superintendent Main, and my friend Tony. First, I just would take a point of personal privilege to thank you all. I have two daughters who graduated from Martin County High School. Both have master's degrees. One teaches at Clark and the other's an accountant. So if I die tomorrow, they'll be sad, but they'll be okay. I have a grandson who graduated from Martin last year and is at Florida Atlantic Honors College, and a granddaughter who is still, as you said, a sophomore and she's at Clark at this point. So that's from me, a thank you personally. Martin Arts is a nonprofit organization. We invest in our students and our community with a variety of programs and projects. We work to grow the arts community, and there's simply no better place to start than by nurturing the potential of our students. Martin Arts is pleased to be hosting the 39th Marvin S. Cohn Awards High School Juried Art Show, which comes to an end this weekend. I actually had the pleasure of knowing Marvin Cohn. It's a little different, but a really neat man. And I know he would be really proud to know this project had come to such heights. We're grateful to each principal and our superintendent of schools, Mr. Main, for supporting their art teachers and students. We are fortunate to live in a community that has so far kept arts education as part of the student experience. And as we go through these days, we are so hoping that we will all be able to continue to keep arts in the forefront. The skills developed through arts education transfer to every other area of life in school. Creativity, concentration, self-expression, and risk-taking are all attributes an art student gains from their involvement. And over the nearly 40 years, we see former students paying it forward with their involvement in the arts, including our own senior programs manager, Jennifer Hearn, who is right here. She was a participant when she attended South Fork High School. Several students are here today, and in just a minute, I will ask them to come forward if they want to say a word or two to you. But first, here are some of the numbers. We had 22 students from Martin County High School, 15 from South Fork High School, 14 from Jensen Beach High School, 8 from Clark Advanced Learning, and 12 from the Pine School, for a total of 71 students. 11 students received purchase awards, and this is where I'll tell you the quick story of my granddaughter, Parker. Parker was encouraged by the art teacher to submit her work. She absolutely had no idea she'd be recognized in any way. It was like we almost said to her, don't be so down on yourself. We wouldn't ask you to submit if you didn't have some talent. Yeah, sure, she says. So when it was introduced that Superintendent Main had purchased her piece, she was the happiest I have ever seen her. She just glowed with pride. So thank you for being a part of her life. You have no idea how much it means. In addition, 10 students received honorable mention awards, and 15 received a first, second, or third place award in their category, painting, photography, and so forth. There's a great fish there. If you go, make sure you see the fish. And finally, one student received our best of show, Braden Thomas from the Pine School for the Distinguished Ram. It's worth seeing. The awards include cash stipends, and Martin Arts, through sponsorships, supports to have all of the artwork professionally framed. So we give our congratulations to all participating students. It's an honor to be selected by your teachers to participate. It's even more fun to win something. The show runs through this Saturday, June 21st at the Courthouse Cultural Center. The hours through the end of the show are 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, including Saturday. I can't encourage you strongly enough. If you haven't gone, I think I saw some of you there that night, but if you haven't gone, please make the opportunity to do so. And I think we have at least one student present, and I'm hoping that she'll come forward, and if there are any others, please come forward and maybe tell the board what your artwork was and what it meant to you. Come on. And what school you go to?
I go to South.
Okay, go right up. Introduce yourself,
Um,
school, and what you did.
Okay. My name is Morgan Gerhart, and I made a charcoal drawing. And my teacher told me that she was kind of just like encouraging me to submit my artwork, and I wasn't really sure, just like how Parker was. And when I submitted it and the whole show, I got an award, and it's just like really awesome to me just to have that opportunity. So I just want to thank everybody, and especially my art teacher, for this.
Hello, my name's Silas Landefeld. I also go to South Fork, and I did an acrylic painting that won second for the painting category of it. I also did not want to submit mine whatsoever, but my art teacher, well, I had 2 art teachers this year because I switched, and my old art teacher was constantly on me about how I needed to do the online work for it and everything, and overall I was really glad that I did. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Ella Smith, and I got gold for photography for my static photo. I did it because my art teacher also forced me. So, and I'm very thankful for her for that. And she's also encouraged me to do other clubs and stuff. So, I mean, shout out to her, Miss Durbin.
No, you don't want to talk? Oh, please. It'll just take a second. I'll stand right beside you. You know, I can talk to you all day. Those of you who know me know that. But what we just saw is what this is all about, and what we hope to continue for many, many years, forcing these poor children to submit outstanding artwork and be recognized. Seriously, they are incredible, incredible kids, and we thank you for the help you give us, and we really look forward to being here again next year to say thank you and recognize our students.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that my teachers too were Mrs. Conrad, who's retiring this year, and she's been at South Fork for a really long time, and Miss Hart, who is our only art teacher right now at South Fork, and she's really cool too. So thank you.
Come on up for a picture, please.
Okay. Let's do, you want to talk?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay, let's do a photo, okay? Come on with me. Walk this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Kirsty doesn't bite, I promise. She takes great photos.
Congratulations to all the students. So I'm going to take a little veer here. We have one public comment, and I don't want any of the other presentations to get interrupted because it's 5 o'clock that we have to do this. So I'm going to call Alexandra Cohen to the podium.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are seeing me again about the same issue I spoke about last month with Dr. Miller in regards to the connection of High Point neighborhood to South Fork High School. I forwarded you the recent developments in the whole situation. Pulte is really digging their feet in and saying they will not build it, they will only sponsor it. And fortunately for them, unfortunately for us parents, they have a right to do so because the agreement signed with Martin County Development states that they only have to, and I quote, pursue coordination of the connection with Martin County School Board, so they don't have to build it. They will pay for it, but I know with Dr. Miller and some other, representatives of the school board and the county, everybody's trying to push it to the other side, and school is starting in 7 weeks, and I don't know how my child will get to Southwark. Either, like I mentioned before, either he will jump the fence or he will have to walk along Pratt Whitney and Bulldog Way to get to high school in 7 weeks. So I don't know what can be done at this point since the school is starting in such a short time. I tried to push with Pulte, and I forwarded that email to you, and they're really digging their feet up and basing it on their agreement signed with the Martin County Growth Development. It seems to me like whoever negotiated the agreement, Pulte made on their side sure that they don't have to do it, and I don't know if it wasn't caught in the legal language, but there is nothing I can do from a parent perspective, and I had other parents in the community contact them as well, and they will not budge when it comes to building. They will still pay for it, but they will not be doing development on Martin County School District property. So at this point, I don't know how much can be done in 7 weeks or in general, because I'm really worrying how my child will get to school walking Pratt Whitney to Southwark. Thank you.
Okay, I'd now like to call Dr. Tracy Miller and Mark Cowles, and also, do you want Mr. Jones and Commissioner Hurd as well? Would you mind going up to the podium? Thank you, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Superintendent, members of the board. Tracy Miller, Deputy Superintendent. And as you mentioned, I'm here with some people who've become good friends over the last little time. We are here to continue this celebration this evening of all that is good here in the Martin County School District, the partnerships and the stories. And so tonight you're going to hear a little bit more about the stories. There are stories out there that need to be told, and we have been working collaboratively, as you know, to make sure those stories are told. Hells?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Maine, Martin County. We're going to start with a quick video.
Martin County native, and my family was among one of the first to settle in an area called New Monrovia near Port Salerno. My grandfather migrated here from the Bahamas in the early 1900s, and generations of my family have grown up here in Martin County. My father, as well as my aunts, uncles, and cousins, attended the school you see here behind me. The Salerno Colored School, built in 1930, isn't a remarkable structure. As you can see, it's a basic 25 by 30 foot, one-room wood frame schoolhouse. But what it lacks in structure, it makes up for in its stature in the New Monrovia community. The building itself, believed to be the only surviving one-room schoolhouse on the Treasure Coast, may be small in scale and simple in design, but it's the history and the stories told from within these walls that had such an impact on those who were educated here that make it truly remarkable.
All right, full admission, I was stressing about that video because I didn't want to have to call up Derek, my colleague and friend over there, Derek Lowe. He's far too good looking to be standing next to, especially on camera. That was Carrie Anderson, Martin County School District product, proud Bulldog, South Fork High School, noting that we have this tremendous piece of history. 5 miles from here, I think, is the exact distance, 4.9, the New Monrovia one-room schoolhouse. And thanks to the dedication and collaboration of many, some are here tonight, we are thrilled that we're going to be able to bring the stories of this historic 25 by 30 foot landmark to life. Through this effort, we're going to honor the legacy of those who walked through its doors and the lessons that shaped them. Our plan this year is to have all of our 4th grade students here in the Martin County School District have the opportunity to step back in time and experience what a typical day was like for students who learned there. At the heart of the experience is the story of Mrs. Costello Williams, an extraordinary and beloved educator. Our 4th graders will learn about students such as Marion McKinney Carpenter, Dr. David L. Anderson, Robert George Murray, and many others whose lives were shaped by the school's enduring values of discipline, faith, and community. Earlier this month, I was talking to somebody on the state's African American Education Task Force, and I was telling him about our schoolhouse here in Martin County. He was inspired and impressed, and he wanted me to speak at the conference, and I said, well, next year, Mr. Lloyd Jones is going to come up there and speak. He doesn't know that yet. Surprise. There you go. So, so if you get an email or a phone call, just please accept it. Put you on the spot there. So thank you to Mr. Jones, the Martin County Black Heritage Initiative, our county commissioners, especially Sarah Hurd, who's here tonight, and to our community, superintendent, and school board for supporting this meaningful restoration and educational opportunity. Because of your efforts, our students will connect with a proud and powerful chapter of Martin County's history, this small but mighty educational institution that's going to continue to provide a place for our students to learn. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah Hurd. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, board members. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you this afternoon. I urge you to enthusiastically support any shared use facilities agreements that we have so that we can once again utilize this building. We had a wonderful standing room only plaque dedication on May 17th. To honor this structure. I'm probably not supposed to have favorites, but this certainly is my favorite historic facility in Martin County. It's really important. It opened in 1931 because African American students were denied access to public educations. So this provided public education for our African American students for 3 decades. Then the facility was underutilized for the next 4 decades, and it was destroyed by hurricanes, Francis and Jean in 2004. Both the school board consultants and Martin County consultants who appraised it said that it was not restorable, but we enthusiastically undertook its restoration, and we did it with its historic importance in mind, and now it's a wonderful facility. And just like the Environmental Studies Center, I want every public school student who passes through Martin County to be able to experience this wonderful historic facility. So thank you. And this is Lloyd Jones.
Welcome, Lloyd.
Good afternoon. I am Lloyd Jones. I'm a Martin County native and a graduate of the 1972 Martin County High School senior class. Can I get one, everybody? No? All right. You know, that was the first year I think we won our state championship in basketball. So we carry that history with us. Okay. I'm sorry? Okay. To our honorable school board members, good afternoon again. And to Superintendent Mann, good afternoon, Sarah. Madam Chair, on behalf of the Martin County Black Heritage Initiatives, Board of Directors, and our volunteers who are here in the audience today, and they may not be speaking, but they may choose to speak later on. I'll leave it up to them. I want to thank the board for giving us the opportunity to request approval for a memorandum of understanding to support a living history program at the schoolhouse. As students of historic preservations, we have learned the best practice to secure our historic buildings is for us to use them wisely, meaning we use them with guarded respect and sustained able use. The Living History program we observe in Palm Beach County will give us the opportunity to rededicate the schoolhouse into a place where Martin County public school students, private school, chartered, and homeschool students can have an educational experience in the same one-room schoolhouse as former school board members, Mrs. Marion Carpenter and Dr. David Anderson. The Martin County Board of County Commissioners, as you already heard, has already made the leap. Now we're asking you to help us make the enduring footprint. In closing, I just want to say the Red Schoolhouse staff, when they visited us a few months ago, they were impressed when they visited our schoolhouse. They commended the authentic setting the schoolhouse offers and its direct connection with the longest serving school board member in Florida's history. This assessment made it clear to us that our schoolhouse is an ideal location for a living history program. Our vision is for the Living History program to develop into an active social learning project for persons of all ages to visit the schoolhouse to expand their knowledge about our state and local history. A quote I used a few weeks ago still resonates in my mind. A rising tide lifts all boats. Your approval of a memorandum of understanding will allow our district staff to work together with us to introduce an intelligent and an enduring living legacy for our children and their grandchildren to appreciate the one-room schoolhouse. Our end goal is to plant the same seed in our children's minds that Mrs. Costello Williams harvested. Better students, the brightest, the best educators, and leaders on the Treasure Coast. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, I made a good choice volunteering him to speak tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We now are calling Valerie Gaynor to the podium to talk about the donation to the Martin County School Board from the Environmental Center.
Good afternoon. I'm back. I promise that I will keep it together this time. It's an honor to be here today, and I'm alongside the co-presidents of the Environmental Studies Council, Kaya Mayfield and Carrie Polhamus, and we'd like to do a check presentation, and they really were a hard act to follow because they have it in my heart, because immersive education, working at the Environmental Studies Center is definitely the deepest knowledge that the kids can get. When they're immersed in it, they come home with it every day, and then it becomes part of their life. So I'm going to give it to Kaya, and she is going to talk to you about the council.
Hi there. Good evening, Madam Chair, Superintendent Main, and members of the board. Yes, as Valerie said, I'm Kaya Mayfield, and this is Carrie Polhamus, and we are excited to be the two new co-presidents of the Environmental Studies Council this year. For those of you that don't know, the council is a separate not-for-profit that supports, enhances, and protects the programs and services of the Environmental Studies Center, which is a community treasure that is run by the school district. We are very happy to be here today presenting the check to cover the cost of one of the teachers' salaries at the ESC. That's one of the ways we help support the center. We also want to say thank you to the school district, the board, the staff for supporting the center and recognizing the importance and value of it. We're looking forward to a fantastic year ahead. And as we like to say, ESC is the place to be. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Can we do a picture?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to go all the way back up to board member discussion. Does anyone have anything to share? Superintendent Main? I wanted to ask a question regarding the presentation of the Salerno Schoolhouse. Will we start the process to have an MOU? How is that going to transpire?
Yes, so it's already in the works. We wanted to give them an opportunity to present to you all as a whole so that you understand what's going to be coming before you. It's a wonderful opportunity. It'll be coming before the board very soon, and you
Okay.
all have the opportunity to vote.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair, can I just make one comment? I just want to thank Dr. Miller and Mr. Cowles for your commitment to this project. When we first started talking about this, gosh, it seems like years ago, they all got equally as excited as my dear friend Lloyd Jones, and I got excited, and the Little Red Schoolhouse down in Palm Beach County kind of became the model of what we would like to happen at the schoolhouse. So I'm really excited, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate the investment that you've made and the enthusiasm that you have shown to this project and to the community. So thank you.
Ditto. Dr. Moriarty?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to change gears and bring up a different topic for discussion, if that's okay. Summertime, kids are out of school and often come into my office for chiropractic adjustments, as a lot of you know. One of the number one complaint I get from a lot of kids, especially middle school and into high school, is about the weight of their backpacks and the effect it has on their spine. And I even had a girl come in yesterday that told me that her backpack was so heavy that she fell down the stairs. So I wanted to bring this up because I think it's an issue that, you know, I need to know a little bit more about as a newer school board member, and maybe we could work to make it better. This is a digital age, and so that kids are not having giant backpacks, injuring themselves, causing back injuries, scoliosis, things like that, I wonder if there's any way we could improve on that. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention and see if there was any interest in maybe a workshop or further discussion on this. Thank you.
So I think it's a great idea to get the feedback from principals and what's happening at schools. I know that this has come up in the past, and a lot of times it's like it's a personal choice for students to carry as many books as they do. Some kids just want to have their books with them in class and at school. So there's multiple reasons why their backpack would be so heavy. But I'm happy to hear from principals on what's happening at schools, and if there are suggestions on ways to eliminate that, I would like to hear from them for sure.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, so realizing that we need 3 people to do something, I'm also interested in that. So maybe if the superintendent could get the information from the principals and then bring that back to us, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. I see Carter on here for budget information. Raquel? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Maine, colleagues, and community members. My name is Raquel Queen, and I serve as Director of Accounting. There are 3 attachments for today's presentation. The 24-25 FEFP third calculations. This report from the state is dated March 3rd, 2025, and is the most recent report. It summarizes the FTE and funding for all districts in the state. The Martin County School District is number 43 on the pages that break out numbers. You also have an attachment for the tentative capital add. A final capital add will be approved at the upcoming TRIM meeting. This corresponds to the capital budget and the 5-year capital plan. The capital budget takes care of vehicles, technologies, and buildings. The 5-year capital plan will be discussed at a later date. The third attachment is the primary focus of this presentation. This is our operating budget, labeled Budget Workshop Number 4. There are 5 items that I will be presenting today. Item 1, page 3. You have seen this before. It illustrates where we are in the 25-26 budget process. Item 2, page 4. This is the estimated unweighted FTE. This presentation includes columns from the House and the Senate. Because the final budget was not signed until last night, we are now in the waiting period for the governor's approval. This shows our estimate for unweighted FTE without charter students, decreasing by 1.3% from 16,062 to 15,853. The difference in the House and the Senate numbers reflect the counting methods. Please note that the 15,853 is prior to our choice numbers. We potentially have 232 new choice unweighted FTE. This would increase this number to 16,085, meaning that we are estimating the same number as last year. Item 3, page 5 and 6, this is the general fund summary. Page 5 shows the projected state and local revenue. Then subtract the charter school share. The revenue is slightly down, but keep in mind, this is based on the lower FTE number before a choice. Page 6 subtracts the TSIA, teacher salary increase allocation. This is the state designated amount for teacher raises. While the TSIA money has increased, the revenue after TSIA has decreased. Page 7 is a summary of the superintendent's cost-saving measures for 25-26. The total is $5,522,649. Savings come from allocation corrections, department program, budget reduction, reorganization, and other actions. Item 4, pages 8 and 9. This is the millage referendum summary. The referendum authorizes up to 0.5 mils. Last year, we set the millage from the referendum at 0.425 mils. On page 8, you see the projected income with 0.425 mils collected, including the estimated roll for 24-25 estimated proceed of $16.3 million. That number is after charter school distribution and highlighted in yellow. On pages 8 and 9, you see the proposed expenses. These are broken down into 5 approved categories. Safety and security includes the entire SRO cost gap. That's the increase from last year. The safety and security total is $2.4 million, and it's in bold. Mental health programs total $1.2 million. The manager of Medicaid is now self-supporting and in the general fund. Supporting and retaining staff is next. These numbers come from MOUs, agreed upon with bargaining units. The total is $11,965,496. Employee training and primarily paid from the general fund. The total here is $10,000. Academic initiatives, $764,279. This includes expansion of the IB program and additional textbook money. Foundation is being replaced with grant-funded pilot program. The overall total of estimated costs is $16.3 million, highlighted in yellow. This equals the total of estimated revenue on page 8. Item 5, page 10. This is a summary of the next step. You see that the public hearing are set for August the 5th and September the 9th. The board will receive a tentative budget book on July 29th. Thank you for allowing me to make this presentation. If you have any question, please contact Superintendent Main or Mr. Morrison. Thank you.
Thank you, Raquel.
You're welcome.
District update, Derek Lowe.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Main. My name is Derek Lowe. I serve as the Coordinator of Public Information and Community Relations. It's an honor to stand before you again to once again deliver the monthly district update. Starting things off, we want to let our families know that the Martin County School District Food and Nutrition Services Department is once again offering free meals to children aged 18 and under during the summer months while our schools are out of session. There are no income restrictions, and children do not need their student IDs to receive meals. A full list of locations and times available that students can visit these sites to pick up meals can be found on our district website, martinschools.org, and all locations will be closed on Friday, July 4th. Most of them will continue serving meals thereafter until August 1st. Moving on, one of the most cherished traditions each year in our district involves our seniors from each of our 3 comprehensive high schools. Before graduation, these students are granted the opportunity to return to where their educational journey began, their elementary school. Dressed in their caps and gowns, graduates walk the halls while being cheered on by elementary students and former teachers, reminding them of just how far they've come. I'd now like to show you how this special tradition unfolded this year at both Jensen Beach Elementary and Citrus Grove Elementary.
Hi, I'm Madison Waller from South Fork High School, and I'm the class of 2025. I came back to walk and see all my old teachers and all the new kids that are the future of today, and it's really bittersweet to come see all of my old teachers and realizing that I'm officially graduating high school.
I'm Henry Diefenbach. I'm graduating from Jensen Beach High School. You know, I saw my old teachers from 5th grade, kindergarten. It was a good time to see them. Brand new school, but you know, still same experience with the teachers and stuff. So it's very important because this is where I started from. This is the first school I went to in Martin County, and it's just been an amazing experience for me from when I was a kid.
Oh, I started crying. I was crying halfway down the hallway. I was like, oh my God, because there's some little ones I know, and I watched them grow up from when they were babies and seeing them in school. And it's a really humbling moment to see where I was when I was their age and now to see where I am today.
It's just crazy because, you know, I was a little kid, tiny little, you know, boy, and now I'm huge now, so it's just crazy.
My big advice was you may struggle, but you gotta fight through it. So you just have to push through. You may not like something you learn about, but eventually it'll be worth it at the end.
Moving on, in this month's episode of the All in Martin podcast, we're taking you out of the studio for the very first time and into the field at the Environmental Studies Center. Be sure to watch or listen as we sit down with the ESC coordinator, Miss Valerie Gaynor, who you heard from several times tonight, and we discuss this year's summer camp at the Hidden Gem of Martin County, where hands-on science meets salt air and pure fun. You'll also hear from 2 former students who have since returned to the ESC to now serve as camp counselors about why this experience sticks with our students. Episode 7 is now streaming on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast, and can also be found on the district's website. That will conclude this month's district update. Until next time, in addition to Apple's podcast, Spotify, and YouTube, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Superintendent update.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to give a special thanks to Director Raquel Queen for stepping in to cover Carter. That's not easy to do. Carter had an unexpected ailment, and she was tag, you're it. But she got up there with poise, confidence, professionalism. It's never easy to get behind that podium, so we appreciate you and the grit that you have and your eagerness to learn and grow as a director. So great job. Since our last board meeting, more than 1,300 seniors from our 3 comprehensive high schools have walked across the stage and graduated. Each of them is carrying stories of resiliency and achievement. There is no greater reward than watching our students graduate, not just with a diploma, but the confidence, skills, and mindset to forge their own path forward. As the class of 25 turns the page to a new chapter, they leave behind a legacy of academic success, and I would love for you to take an opportunity to watch a recap of this year's ceremonies.
4 years ago, we stepped foot onto this campus, anticipating what the future would look like. Martin County High School was truly not ready for the class of 2025.
Over the last 4 years, you have met challenges head-on, adapted to a changing world, and emerged stronger, wiser, and determined than ever before.
This year's celebration is extra special because the class of 2025 is the inaugural class to graduate in our brand new athletic facility.
This is not just a celebration of academic milestones. It is a celebration of the spirit that you've shown along the way.
You have shown that community is not just where you come from, it's what you build.
My time at South Fork has made one thing crystal clear. There's a place here for everyone. Whatever it may have been, this school has offered each of us the chance to be a part of something that feels uniquely ours.
We are now able to remember our beginnings and see the future with a new perspective. That's what today is. It's our full circle moment.
As we look ahead, I want to remind our graduates that your journey is just beginning. You are stepping into a world that needs your passion, your ideas, and most of all, your resilience.
Every day certainly has not been rainbows and sunshine. Some were hard, some were really, really hard. But you learned that no matter what the future holds, you are strong, you are resilient, and you are capable of achieving anything that you set your mind to.
After tonight, we will all have finished high school. We have been given the tools to go out in the world and specialize in anything we choose. No matter what, our curiosity will continue to flourish.
None of us reaches this point without having true supporters behind us. Our parents, guardians, teachers, mentors, and loved ones that are in the room today, on behalf of the entire Martin County School District and the board members beside me, I thank you for your encouragement, sacrifices, and support.
I know that each of you sitting in front of me today will find your own inner voice and use it as you move forward throughout your life and find your path in your journey.
Each of us has potential to do something extraordinary, to leave a meaningful and lasting impact on the world around us. We may not know what the future holds, but we do know this, that we are ready.
In the words of Dr. Seuss, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
I recently received inspiration from an unlikely source, a message written on my Cali coffee lid. The message read, "Head up, heart open." Let this simple phrase remind us all to continue to be confident, not arrogant. As you leave the gym tonight, hold your head up high and be proud of the work you've done.
Taylor says, the scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now. Yes, moving on from what we've always known is scary, but it's also exciting. We have the opportunity to step into our independence and make our own impact on the world.
Make noise, make change, and above all, make it fun, because that's what we do best. Class of 2025, we came in wild, we grew into something incredible, and now we're leaving legendary.
Congratulations, graduates. You showed up, you did the work, and you believed in yourself.
We wish all our seniors the very best. They're going to go on and make us proud. Leading with innovation and embracing artificial intelligence, the Martin County School District's professional learning team recently hosted a celebration recognizing an inaugural cohort of AI teacher leader ambassadors. These educators spent the school year exploring and implementing emerging education-related artificial intelligence tools to enhance classroom teaching and student engagement. From Microsoft Copilot and Canva to Diffit and School AI, teachers highlighted the platforms that help make learning more personalized, efficient, and creative for students across all grade levels and subject areas. The AI Teacher Leader Ambassador Program is just one of the ways the Martin County School District is educating all students for success by preparing them for their future. By giving teachers access to innovative tools that support creativity, problem solving, and personalized learning, we're helping students build the skills and confidence they'll need to thrive in a world where technology is always changing. We are going to recognize these educators at an August board meeting, but until then, we'd like for you to just quickly watch the recap of their celebration.
I know what you're thinking. Is this just another tech pitch? But to that I say absolutely not.
Well, it kind of was for Microsoft Copilot, but this was for an AI battle royale where Martin County School District's AI Teacher Leader Ambassadors showed off the new tools transforming their teaching.
So we're super excited tonight. This is a culmination celebration of all the hard work that you've done this year through all the AI that you've been able to work with your students.
From Canva and Copilot to Diffit and School AI, teachers made their case for how these tools made learning more personalized, efficient, and creative.
I use it every day. It's my jam, it's my world. I teach marketing for 8th graders, and everything they do is in Canva. They present it to the class, they share with me.
When you need that quiz when the students are standing at the door, you can quickly go to Copilot, and if you are good at typing in prompts, which we've all discussed, you can quickly come up with quality work.
We're talking about Diffit. Diffit. Because it's teacher tested, learner approved.
In the Martin County School District, we aren't just experimenting with AI, we're embracing it and leading the charge, and this celebration is proof of that work.
There are districts that are very, very afraid across the country to embrace AI. And that's not where we're at in Martin County. AI is not going away. This has to be embraced. We have to move in this direction, and I want Martin County to be on the forefront.
For these educators, AI isn't just a trend. It's a powerful tool they're using to transform teaching and learning. And it's not just teachers who benefit. Students do too.
We are all winners in Martin County for many reasons, but this time, because we have this at our fingertips and are encouraged to look to the future.
That concludes my superintendent's update.
Thank you. Okay, board member information share.
I had one comment about 1509 in the reports.
Charter school financial reports.
Right. I noticed when I looked at those reports that Indiantown High School's fund balance at the beginning of the year on July 2024 was $659,000, and in April it was down to $372,000. So if somebody can check into that and see what their projection is for next year and where we sit with that. Thank you.
Okay. Board member information share? Anyone? Okay, moving right along to action only. 18.01 school board travel, none. 18.02 appointment of advocacy committee representative and alternate for FSBA. Is there anyone who is interested in participating as the advocacy representative? Okay, that.
Kind of explain what that entails so that everybody knows?
Sure. It's a monthly meeting and it's virtual. And I can provide the contact if you're interested. I did it for the past 2 years, and basically you're on Zoom for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and they go over the different areas that people are interested in advocating for as a district, as a state, and going to the federal level to see if we can get support there. You would like to do that?
What
Okay.
time does it start? What time are the meetings?
So it changes. I did not get the new one last year. They were at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I can get a specific time for you, though.
That's okay.
Because I don't really know, the new,
but
they,
just
so
curious.
they just turned over who the new appointments are going to be for all of these committees. So the new advocacy chair is going to send out information, and I will send that to you if you're interested. You can change your mind if it isn't. And I also need an alternate. Okay, I do know if you just,
Sorry.
yes, it's okay, but I can give you that information if you just bear with me a minute. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Advocacy is. It's the last slide. So Terry Berenberg, Indian River, is the chair, and Jason, she's from Indian River, and Jason Catalano from Walton County. Okay. Do I have an interest in an alternate, which would, the alternate would just have to hop on if the, so in this case, if Jen could not hop on, the alternate could hop on. You want to do that? Okay. So, do I need to make a motion for that? Because I've never.
I make a motion that Jen Russell be the appointment to the advocacy committee, and the alternate is Ms. Roberts.
Second.
Okay. So that motion by Ms. Power, second by Dr. Moriarty. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So let's see. I want to write that down. I will be sending that. Do you send it or do I send it? You'll send it to FSBA, and then that will generate, you will get emails to let you know when they start and all the little tidbits that go with it. Okay, thank you. Okay. So 18.03 RFQ, Murray Middle School Building Replacement Project. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve?
Okay. Motion made by Ms. Russell, seconded by Ms. Roberts. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. 18.04, PSAC Award Recommendation of Morton County School District to Harvard Jolly.
Move approval of 18.04.
Motion by Ms. Power, second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 18.05, 2025 recurring vendor list.
Move approval of 18.05.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Power, second by Dr. Moriarty. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 18.06, approval of educational technology, requisitions over $50,000.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Russell, second by Dr. Moriarty. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 18.07, requisitions to be approved for purchase orders over $100,000.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Russell, second by Dr. Moriarty. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 18.08, District Comprehensive Evidence-Based Reading Plan.
Move approval at the dollar amount of $756,000.
Second?
Does your motion include the amount?
Yes, it does, because the cover sheet is different than what the total is in the
Okay.
interior. Yes.
I second that.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Roberts, second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor?
Aye.
18.09, keying project for Martin County High School, South Fork and Jensen Beach.
Move approval of 18.09.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Powers, second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, first review of school board policy. Can I get a motion to, I believe, to
I motion
publish this, to
to approve the advertisement for 19.01 to 19.18.
Okay.
You do need to add.
Are there any?
Or public comment.
Are there any public comment regarding these first review school board policies? Seeing none? Motion by Ms. Russell, second by,
Second.
that all came at the same time.
Second.
Second by Ms. Powers. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay. Now we're moving on to public hearing of school board policy. 20.01, equal access for non-district sponsored student clubs and activities.
Move to approve 20.01.
Second?
Motion by Dr. Moriarty, second by Ms.
Madam
Russell.
Chair.
I'm sorry?
You need to open it to the public.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is there anyone from the public who would like to speak on the public hearing of school board policy 20.01 to 20.11? Seeing none, that was a motion by Dr. Moriarty, a second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 20.02, funding for promotion, public relations, and hospitality. This is a new policy.
Move to approve 20.02.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Moriarty, second by Ms. Powers. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 20.03, business office. This policy is being rescinded.
Second.
Okay, motion by Ms. Powers, motion by Ms. Roberts, second by Ms. Powers, encompassing three rescissions, 20.03, 20.04, and 20.05. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 20.06, school day. This is a new policy.
Move approval of 20.06.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Powers, second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 20.07, public records.
Move approval of 20.07.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Russell, second by Ms. Powers. All those in favor? Aye. Do you want to do 20.08 and 20.09 rescind policies? Can I get a motion for both of them?
I move approval
Second.
for the rescension of 20.08 and 20.09.
Okay, motion by Ms. Powers, second by Dr. Moriarty. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 20.10, reports of suspicious activity and potential threats to schools.
I move approval of 20.10.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Powers, second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 20.11, school safety and security.
Move approval of 20.11.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Powers, second by Ms. Russell. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Open to the board. Does anyone have anything?
I'll start out with final congratulations to all of our graduates. I enjoyed watching that piece from Mr. Lowe and the superintendent. And as a new board member who went through this process for the first time, I wanted to send a special thank you to the principals of all the schools and administrators for making the school board feel incredibly welcome. It's truly a great honor to attend these graduations and watch the celebration with our students. And it's truly something that I'm going to cherish and can't wait for next year to attend them all again. So thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention that Children's Services Council is doing a strategic plan meeting tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. If anyone's interested in that, that is open to the public.
I'm good, thank you. Congratulations to all the retirees. I wish, I wish them well. It made me feel really old when some of them were teachers when I was in high school. I'm like, oh. At Southfork, one of them was a new teacher at Southfork when I was a student. Makes me feel old.
Just a couple of updates. We have been told that school grades will be released prior to June 30th, so any day now. We're waiting on pins and needles. We'll get that out to you as soon as possible. Martin County High School principal interviews are happening tomorrow. There's been over 17 applicants, so the team will begin interviews, and then Warfield principal interviews will be held on Friday, and there's been roughly 15 applicants for that position, so we hope to bring forward a couple of recommendations there.
Thank you. I mimic Dr. Moriarty's sentiments. The graduations are the highlight of the year, truly, along with all the presentations, the plays, the concerts, but the culmination of all of it is the graduations, and all of the schools made us feel very welcome, and I appreciate that. Dr. Miller, just quickly, the woman that spoke about the issue with do you want to get in touch with her, or is this an ongoing conversation? I don't want to make any assumptions, but I have seen the emails back and forth, as all of us have, and I'm just wondering if you have any update that you can provide.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I've been in touch with Mrs. Cohen frequently. I call her just to give her updates as we have them. From the developer, we did get the new information yesterday. That was kind of, as she put it, the developer said, like, we're out, is the way I would interpret that. In terms of the developer, that was the first we had heard, that they were not going to be really supporting what apparently had been part of their agreement with the county when this neighborhood was planned and approved. So we, Mr. Sechrist, the first that we had been contacted was in the fall to take a look at some recommendations. We had our safety officer, Mr. Mark Coco, looking at the recommendations, and so county staff, our staff from facilities, safety and security, and also with our attorney with us, met and made recommendations, which I believe the board saw, the drawings of where the recommended crosswalk would go. And again, that is not something, we don't provide crosswalks for all the neighborhoods that would come into or near our schools. So we are happy to partner with those who would like to put those in for students who are in part of neighborhoods that are near our schools. We are definitely willing to work together and to partner, and that is where we are at this point. We have been in conversations with the county continually. Mr. Sechrist meets with them, speaks with them quite often, and I have been communicating with Mrs. Cohen, and that's the latest update that we have right now.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Do you feel that there will be some at least minimal solution at the start of school? Because I think that is the worry of these families, that nothing will be done by the time school starts. And I would like to think that we could do something. That's might be a hard question to answer, but what will these students do if nothing is done by the time school opens?
Maybe we can get an update at the next workshop and
Okay.
know where we
Well,
are.
and I just want to add that the location of those homes and the walking conditions meet the standards by statute for a student to walk along the road. So, you know, our hands become kind of tied in what we should be doing, because once we start doing that, we're going to do it for every school. And the same with busing. So these, the students that live in that neighborhood are within 2 miles, and they are not, the hazardous walking conditions apply only up to 6th grade. But just in addition to, and I will talk to Dr. Miller and Mr. Sechrist after, but I did reach out to some of the county commissioners, and they feel very confident that we will reach a resolution. So I would like to give them an opportunity to get involved, just because we were not part of the language that was in the PUD. So, and when you read it, it's very, I mean, it's like they will try to come up with an agreement, but I think we've been trying to resolve it in good faith. And in the end, the developer, Pulte, has promised the residents of that community something, and now they need to deliver on it. And I think that it's their responsibility. I'm just saying this from my personal opinion. But I do want to give the county an opportunity to work with the developer because this was their language. And hopefully we can come to a resolution. Otherwise, I think our hands are tied as the school district in what we should do, because it will then set a precedent for other communities. We don't want to be in the business of building crosswalks. That's not what we do. That's not our role in the community. So I think that we have to be extremely careful, and the same with busing students, because a parent doesn't like the route or whatever, and I would be nervous to have my child walking on Pratt Whitney Road at, 7:30 in the morning. But I think we have to be very careful and very thoughtful. But I would like to give the county and the county commission, their staff, time to try to resolve this, because I think it's really in their court.
Okay, this is all new to me, and it's an education and a learning curve.
Well, this is new to us, too.
So this is very much appreciated, how it sounded, I'm just going to say, her words that she wrote and talked about were that they're saying, we're done. So I didn't know what our responsibility is, and you're telling me it isn't our responsibility. It's the county to work out with Pulte. So I appreciate all of it, and hopefully they will come to a resolution. Thank you. And if that's it, go ahead.
I just want to add, Dr. Miller, if you could bring an update of why Pulte is taking that stance would be, I'm just very curious, because they should be the ones, in my eyes, making that crosswalk, and we've worked with them, and then to all of a sudden just say, we're out, but we'll pay for it is an odd stance from a builder. So if you could gather any information on why they've taken that new posture in this whole thing, I think the residents of that community deserve to know that as well. And I applaud you for working with them, and Mr. Seacrest for working with them as much as you have to try to come to some kind of a reasonable conclusion to that. So thank you.
Well, and I just want to add too that the county and the school district have been working together. Pulte has not. So I think the power lies with the county to make sure that they're enforcing the PUD. So really, we don't have any power in the conversation. It's really the county.
Anyone else? Meeting is adjourned.